Open the door. Open the door. Open the door, ma'am. She has a knife. She's gonna hurt herself.
Don't come in.
A few moments ago.
911, where's your emergency?
She's having like a mental breakdown and all, like
Alright, we'll send an ambulance and an officer over for it.
just the ambulance is fine, like.
It's a mental health, we have to send officers also.
Oh, okay.
For the safety of the ambulance corps, they have to send them, so we'll send both over for.
Okay.
I want to break the door down.
Go ahead, I'll stab you in your neck.
Sir, let me fix it.
We don't want to shoot you.
The police responded aggressively and forcibly entered the apartment.
5 officers arrived to the Main Street apartment. After not being able to gain entry, one of them broke open the apartment door with her mother also inside. Lee approached the officer, and that's when he shot her.
Open the door!
Door, no weapon. We're gonna break the door. Drop the knife.
Authorities said Lee was holding a knife, though her family maintains she dropped it before the door was opened.
Tragically, that 911 phone call for help is going to be a call that brother Chris is going to regret making for the rest of his life. Because just minutes after hanging up the phone, it wasn't the paramedics at the door. No. Instead, that dispatcher sent the Fort Lee Police Department. And I think we can all agree that de-escalation was not a focal point for these officers, because just a matter of minutes after those officers arrived, all hell would break loose. And it was all caught on body camera and taser camera footage. And I'm gonna break it down for you. I'm gonna cover what led up to that 911 phone call all the way up until present day, because as of last week, there has been a shocking update in this case. So make sure you watch this video all the way until the end. But before we get ahead of ourselves, to better understand what's happening in this case, why don't we go back to the beginning? Korean-American Victoria Lee was born in October of 1998 and lived in the state of New Jersey. Now, as a child, Victoria would attend the Hotchkiss School, which is a boarding school. From what little I can find in her past, Victoria seemed to be a very intelligent young woman and was really into music. After graduating high school, Victoria would attend Lehigh University in Bethlehem, Pennsylvania, which is a private college. Now, Victoria would major in East Asian Studies and attended Lehigh University from 2017 all the way up until 2021. Now, before I get ahead of myself, in 2017, when Victoria actually started at Lehigh University, she would be diagnosed with bipolar II disorder. Just to quickly summarize what bipolar II disorder is, what it is a mental health disorder that's characterized by distinct periods of depression and also periods of hypomania, meaning mentally and emotionally, you can have these really low periods of depression, followed by periods of pretty high highs. And the major difference between bipolar II disorder and bipolar I disorder is the mania period. The mania period in bipolar II disorder is characterized as hypomania, meaning a lower level of mania, but still mania nonetheless. Now, one thing about Victoria being diagnosed with bipolar II disorder, I couldn't really find anywhere that stated that Victoria was currently taking medication during this incident or seeking help for her mental health. I'm not saying that she wasn't. The only thing I could find was her family making the statement that Victoria managed her mental health through travel, music, and work. But moving on. Now in her 20s, after leaving college, Victoria would wind up living with her brother here at the Pinnacle Apartments in Fort Lee, New Jersey. Reading Victoria's LinkedIn, it looks like during this time, she had landed a job as an intern here at Engine Room Audio, which I'm sure was an awesome position for her. Like I said earlier, she was really into music and it really helped her as an outlet for her mental health. Now, one other thing I could find was Victoria's family stated in the past they had called 911 to get Victoria help when she's having a mental health crisis, and that those previous encounters, well, turned out okay. But this time, something was different. At 1:13 in the morning on July 28, 2024, Victoria's brother would call 911 for help. Apparently, earlier on in the evening, Victoria started experiencing some pretty severe mental health symptoms that escalated into delusional behavior. Victoria seemed to be having a pretty severe manic episode. Now, brother Chris would first call their mother and had her come over to the apartment that he shared with his sister to try and calm Victoria down. But that didn't work, and Victoria's mania just seemed to be escalating. So Chris, feeling like he had no choice, called 911 for help. Now, Victoria's brother would actually make 2 911 phone calls. Here is that first 911 phone call that the brother made.
911, where is your emergency?
Right now, she's having a mental crisis, so, we want to send her to the hospital.
How old is she?
She's, 26 right now.
And what kind of mental health issue is she having?
She's having, like, a mental breakdown right now, like, she's just having, right now, we're trying to send her to, Valley Hospital, so that, like, they could send her to, like, this, clinic, mental clinic, like.
Okay. And does she have any mental health issues, any mental health that she's been diagnosed with? What does she have?
I'm not exactly sure what they are, like,
Okay. And your callback phone number is the number you called from the... All right, we'll send an ambulance and an officer over for it.
Just the ambulance is fine, like.
It's a mental health. We have to send officers also.
Oh, okay.
For the safety of the ambulance corps, they have to send them, so we'll send both over for.
Okay.
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 All right. Thank you.
All right. Thank you.
Bye-bye.
After Victoria's brother found out that the police were also going to come, he sounded pretty hesitant. And sadly, what we know now, obviously for good reason, that was his gut telling him that this is not going to go right. And after hanging up the phone, Victoria's brother listened to his gut and called 911 back again. And here is that recording.
911, where is your emergency?
Hi, I just called from,
Yes.
the emergency. Can I just cancel that, call?
Not for a mental health call. The officers will be out momentarily. Why do you want to cancel the call?
Right now, like, she has a knife with her, that's why, like, right now.
What does she have?
She has a knife with her.
She has a knife with her?
Yeah.
And she's still in the apartment?
Yeah.
Okay, the officers will be there momentarily. Is she trying to cut anybody with the knife, or is she just holding the knife?
She's just holding a knife.
Is it a large knife, or just like what kind of knife is it?
It's just like a switch, like a foldable knife.
Okay.
Not a switch, it's just like a folding one.
Okay, hang on one sec. I'm just gonna mute your call for a second. Hang on. Right, the officers are going to be there momentarily. They're going to have to double check, especially because she has the knife. She's not threatening anybody with it, though, correct?
No, not at the moment.
Okay, and where is she in the apartment?
Yeah, she's in the apartment.
Okay, but where in the apartment? Is she like in her bedroom, or is she like just in the kitchen?
She's in the bedroom.
Okay. Will you be able to let the officers in when they get down at the downstairs lobby?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. He can let them in when they get there.
313 is the code 3. What was the update?
Got a report the party is holding a knife. Not sure if she's threatening anybody, but she just pulled that out now.
She is not. She's in the bedroom.
She's in the bedroom.
I'm just going to stay on the phone with you just in case anything changes. Okay, there should be an officer probably going to, do they need to, when they ring you, do they just need to ring the apartment to get in?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. All he's got to do is...
Victoria's brother is obviously scared. Putting the facts together of what's currently transpiring, he can take a step back and look from the outside and see that the police coming was only going to escalate the situation. Because as you can hear, the fact is, Victoria was now holding a sharp object, and the police are going to be there any minute. Since he called it in as a mental health crisis, apparently in Fort Lee, they are required to send a police officer and the paramedics, which I think is pretty standard in a lot of cities now. At least where I worked as a paramedic, a lot of the times in these 911 mental health calls, they would also send an officer to the location. And really, it's just supposed to be to make sure that the paramedics are safe. One of the first rules as an EMT or paramedic, if the scene is not safe, you do not enter the scene and start treating patients. Now, just minutes later at 1:25 a.m., 2 Fort Lee police officers arrive to the Pinnacle apartment complex where Victoria and her brother live. Let's watch some of that footage.
Hey. Is it you?
I should.
You had a knife?
No, it's not.
So who is it? Who's dealing with the issue? Who has that knife? Who's dealing with the mental health crisis? Who's having a nervous breakdown right now?
It's my sister. Yeah, I mean,
Who's the problem? Your sister or you?
my sister. I don't know where your sister.
Wait, hold on.
Now, one thing I want to point out is Victoria's brother and his demeanor and body language. For me, these are a couple of things that are super important to read when I'm treating any patient. Notice Victoria's brother seems calm and is keeping his voice quiet. He's obviously somebody that knows Victoria very well. He's not running down the hallway saying, help, help, help. She's got a sharp weapon. She's going to hurt somebody. I think Victoria's brother was trying to keep this situation as calm as possible. It's too bad that these officers didn't follow his lead.
Don't. Stop. She has a knife. She's going to hurt someone.
Don't come in. Step back. Don't come in.
What's going on?
No, we gotta put the dog in first.
All right, put the dog in. Let's go. We got to go.
Now, I think it's here where things really get escalated. Standing next to Victoria is her mother. Like I said earlier on in the evening, brother Chris called their mother to try and get her to come over to the apartment and get Victoria to calm down. Notice how mom keeps herself between Victoria and the officer. She's trying to be a protective mother. A quick note, the officer's body camera footage that we're watching is Officer Tony Pickens Jr., and that is gonna be a name you're gonna wanna remember. But back to the footage.
Open the door. Open the door. Open the door, ma'am. You have the key? Open up the door, ma'am.
Is someone home?
Yes. Open the door. What else is dog and the... We have to go in.
Yeah.
Now, one other thing I want you to notice while this door's open, remember, in that second 911 phone call, Victoria's brother stated that she was holding a sharp object. Now, in this body camera footage here, we can only see her left hand when that door opens, which looks empty. Now, apparently later, we'd come to find out that Victoria was pretty terrified of police officers, which is the reason why she shut that front door just seconds after it opened, which I think started the escalation for those Fort Lee police officers. Notice, just seconds later, another 5 officers, including one carrying a riot shield, can be seen coming down the hallway. And literally within a matter of seconds, without making any other attempts to do anything else, they decide that the door has to be broken down before trying any other means of de-escalation, which I don't think this helped.
I want to break the door down.
Go ahead, I'll stab you with your knife.
Sir, do me a favor.
We don't want to shoot you.
Before
we want to help you.
Sir, you're gonna have to follow me, okay?
Alright, before we go on,
Go home,
can we
Dad.
go less lethal? Who wants to go less lethal? Who wants to go lethal?
I'll go lethal, okay?
David,
Alright, give me someone else not lethal.
One thing that I thought was super inappropriate was the officer stating who wants to go lethal and less lethal in case this thing goes sideways. Literally while Victoria's brother is standing right next to him. Like he could literally give 2 f***s. But I digress.
We're gonna break the door down, ma'am.
He's getting the tools. If you're comfortable giving it a try, that's up to you. So they're, normally barricaded, we wait, but there's somewhere in there we need to go.
Yeah. Back off!
Open the door!
Drop the weapon!
We're gonna break the door!
Now, literally just 1 minute after that second group of officers arrived, at 1:28 a.m., Officer Pickens would break down the apartment front door. Watch.
Drop the knife! Drop the knife!
Put the knife down!
Put it down! What are you doing? What are you doing?
Where's the knife? Where's the knife?
What are you doing?
Drop.
What are you doing?
Oh, fuck.
Pull her out.
Now, I'm gonna slow it down for you a little bit and also show you a couple of the stills. Obviously, in Victoria's right hand is a big water jug that it looks like she's about to lob at the officers. Not something that you need to shoot and take somebody's life over. However, take a closer look. Does it look like Victoria's still holding that knife? I'm still on the fence here. Part of me looking at that picture looks like Victoria's mother, who's standing right next to her, is trying to get something out of her hand. But also, the picture is very poor quality, and it could just be Victoria's mother trying to hold her back from going out the door. And the reason I say this is because following this incident, Victoria's family would later state that she had dropped the knife prior to that front door being broken open, which is in stark contrast from what those Fort Lee officers state. They state she was still holding the knife. Tell me what you see in the comments. But before we move on, I want to show you this camera angle. This view is from a camera on a taser that one of the officers is holding. Once the front door was broken down, it looks like Victoria was headed towards that officer holding the riot shield. And that's when Officer Pickens fired one shot at Victoria, hitting her in the chest. You can see Officer Pickens immediately start using expletives because he knows where this wound is. It's not good. This was life-threatening.
Where's the knife?
Where's the knife?
Right here.
Get drop.
Right here.
Pull her out. Thompson. Pull her outside.
Come on, man. Oh my God!
Yeah, pull out. Hold it out. You okay? All right. Where? Show me where.
Stop bleeding.
Where's the shot? Stop. Where's the shot? Please. I can't see it.
Right there.
Get your towels. Towels. Is that?
He's bringing them out.
Who else is in the house? Anybody else in the house, Ringo?
Don't see anything.
Nobody. She said nobody else, but you scan the house. 선생님 잠깐만 나와주세요. 아무도 없다 그죠?
Who shot? Just stay right.
Entry, exit.
You got exit?
Yeah.
All right. Through.
I think he knew almost immediately that she really didn't have any chance, and he would be right. Now you can see those officers did try to provide some semblance of first aid. You know what would have been really useful right here? An ambulance with EMTs and paramedics in it. You know, the thing that Victoria's brother originally called and asked for? But unfortunately, as you can see, they were not there. However, officers would call for medical assistance, and Victoria was transported to Inglewood Hospital in critical condition. Now, sadly, just minutes after making it to the hospital at 1:58 a.m., Victoria Lee was pronounced dead. Now, one thing that really pissed me off while researching this case, Victoria's mother was taken to the police station to be questioned first before allowing her to go to the hospital, meaning she missed the last moments of her daughter's life. Victoria's mother would only find out that she had died after she was allowed to go to the hospital. To me, that was kind of a bullshit and dick move on the officer's behalf. Now, following the shooting, immediately, the Attorney General's office in New Jersey launched an investigation into this shooting, and Officer Pickens was put on desk duty. Fast forward to August 13th, Victoria's family and their lawyer held a press conference where they talked about the shooting with the public.
Victoria is 25 years old, was a resident of Fort Lee, who had been managing bipolar disorder, experienced a mental health crisis on the night of her death. Her brother Chris made 2 phone calls to 911 requesting an ambulance, emphasizing her mental state and the presence of a small pocket knife she used for opening packages. Despite their efforts to prevent escalation and clearly communicating her non-violent nature, the police responded aggressively and forcibly entered the apartment and fatally shot Victoria, who was holding a plastic water jar at the time. She was harmless. The family is deeply concerned about the police's unnecessary use of lethal force, in this case a weapon that is a gun, lack of consultation with the family, and absence of emergency medical personnel. The Lee family urges the NJ Office of Attorney General to thoroughly investigate the incident, including the reviewing body camera footage and all the other available evidence in this case. The Victoria was a beloved individual with a bright future, and her loss is immeasurable. The Lee family is committed to seeking justice and ensuring the full truth of this tragic event is revealed.
Having not seen the body camera footage yet, they wanted answers. Now, just a couple days later, on August 15th, a crowd would gather at the Fort Lee Community Center demanding justice and answers in this case. And then the next day, on August 16th, Victoria's family was allowed to view the body camera footage. And then that same day, after Victoria's family viewed the body camera footage, it was released to the public.
Body camera video was released showing the deadly police shooting of a woman in New Jersey.
They were doing everything right. They were doing something that can be very hard for Asian American families, which is to seek help during a mental health crisis for a loved one.
Lee's brother had told the dispatcher that his sister had a foldable knife. It's unclear in the video if she was holding it when police shot her. Her family has maintained she was unarmed at the time.
And from what I can see, the Attorney General's office released it all. They released multiple views of the body camera footage, along with the taser camera footage and the 2 911 calls that Victoria's brother made. And then it wouldn't be until almost a year later, on July 14th, 2025, the OPIA, which is a part of the New Jersey Attorney General's office, presented the evidence and the facts of this case to a grand jury. And this was to see if criminal charges were going to be brought against Officer Pickens. And just a week and a half ago, on July 15th, it came out that that grand jury declined to file charges against the officer. Now, so far, it doesn't look like Victoria's family has filed a lawsuit yet in this case. Yet. Do you know what this case kind of reminds me of? The Christian Glass case from June of 2022. For those of you who don't know, 22-year-old Christian Glass from Colorado was driving his Jeep when he got it stuck. Now, apparently at the same time, Christian was also going through a mental health episode. And when police arrived to the scene where Christian was stuck in his Jeep, he wouldn't get out. And this went on for over an hour. Now, for the most part, Christian was calm, just kind of delusional. Apparently, Christian had a geology kit next to him in his front seat, which contained tools, some of them being sharper tools, which he told the officers on scene about. Even offered to throw it out the window, which the officers told him not to do.
You already said you have weapons in the vehicle. Because you already said you have weapons in the car. No, do not throw them out. Do not touch them. Do not reach for them.
He's got a knife in his seat right there. His seat, okay.
Step out of the car now.
161 at gunpoint.
Step out of the car now.
During the incident, Colorado State Police said there was no reason to breach the vehicle.
13, can you ask quickly what their plan is? If there's no crime and he's not suicidal, homicidal, or a grave danger, then there's no reason to contact him.
So, my sergeant says that there's no point in contacting him if he's not a harm to himself or anyone else, then no crime.
Now, at one point, the officers decided to remove Christian from the Jeep by force and broke the glass on one of his side windows.
No, listen to me. All right, I have to come in there to be able to talk to you, so I'm going, since you say the doors won't unlock, I have to break the window.
Ultimately, probably going to just be an M1 situation.
I have to
and that's why we slowed
it.
down.
Can I break your window?
Because on its face, we have...
Push the button?
You know...
Try it one more time. Then I'll have to break the window. You don't want me to break your window, right? I don't want to break your window. But if you push the button one more time, we might not have to. Okay? What about if you pull the handle twice? Christian. Can you pull the handle twice? Just pull on the handle twice. For me, all right? Right now. Okay? Just pull on that handle.
Try it again, okay? Try it again, see if we can get you out, okay? One more time.
Pull on the handle, man.
Come on, Christian. Do us a favor, okay? Try that one more time. You can do it. Hit the lock. Let's open up the door.
It's time to move the night on, okay? We gotta move.
Chief, you want to try and pop
Are you hungry?
passenger side and then...
What would you like to eat?
You talking Chief? Yeah.
What's that?
You want to try pop passenger side to get it unlocked?
Did anybody check the hatch?
Don't eat for steam.
He's hungry.
Alright.
Alright, now you must be drunk. Yeah. Break your window, man. Okay.
Come on.
Can you break it outward? Christian, can you break the window this way?
Yeah, if you want to try and pop that side to get this side unlocked.
That'll work.
Yeah. I can do it for the paper, too.
You want to do it?
Yeah. You want shotty?
I'm going to keep his attention
Okay.
here.
I got knife. Just the 2 rocks in his hand so far. 116 will be forcing at you.
Now, as the officer broke one of his windows, Christian would grab one of those sharp objects out of his geology kit, and the officers proceeded to tase him and shoot him with a beanbag round. During the struggle, Christian would swing that geology tool out the window. And as he swung it out the window...
Got the knife. Drop it, buddy. Hey, watch out. Watch crossfire. Watch crossfire. Trooper on me. On me. On me. Drop that knife. Drop the fucking knife! Please drop the knife, Christian. It's in his fucking hand, Chief.
Okay. Taser from over there. Christian, right here. Look at this.
Bueller, you still got beanbags?
Yep.
Get that knife out of his fucking hand. Impact! 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 Not dropping it. Christian! Christian! Take him. In the back. Don't do it, Christian! Move, William!
Come on.
Deputy Andrew Bune from the Clear Creek County Sheriff's Office jumped on the hood of Christian's Jeep and proceeded to open fire into his windshield. Christian would be hit multiple times and it ended his life. Now, following this incident, Christian's family sued everybody involved and they won a record-setting settlement for Colorado. $19 million. And as for Deputy Bune, he faced multiple criminal charges for his actions, including second-degree reckless endangerment, and official misconduct. In 2024, Deputy Bune was found guilty of reckless endangerment, but the jury was hung on the other charges. So in February of 2025, there was a second trial. And at this trial, Deputy Bune was found guilty of felony criminally negligent homicide.
After 2 trials and 3 years, a former Clear Creek County deputy was given the maximum sentence today for the 2022 killing of 22-year-old Christian Glass.
Bune was convicted of criminally negligent homicide last February after an earlier trial ended in a mistrial.
There's nothing I can do or say that can change the past. There's a million things I should have done better that night.
So we've seen a lot of that man in court. Today, at sentencing, was the very, very first time I actually heard or saw any remorse.
He can never work as a police officer again, and he was also sentenced to 3 years in prison. Now, I find a lot of similarities between Victoria's case and Christian's case, but a stark contrast in the outcome. I guess we'll just have to wait and see what happens, but I'm assuming a lawsuit from Victoria's family is gonna come relatively soon. It's possible they were just waiting to see if that grand jury was gonna criminally indict the officer, and now that that's complete, they can move forward with their lawsuit. But I'm only speculating there. Now, if you made it all the way to the end of this video, thank you so much for watching. My name is Sai, and my channel is Dark Times with Nico and Sai. Please make sure to like the video and leave a comment. I read and answer as many comments as I can because I want to hear from you. And also, please subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. It doesn't cost you anything, and it really helps push my content out to a wider audience. And I appreciate it. Again, thank you so much for watching, and I really hope to see you in the next video. Goodbye. Bye.